Liverpool can finally rely on the enviable depth of the squad to fight for a full range of challenges. For the first time in a long time, Jurgen Klopp is able to look back to go forward. Liverpool's starting lineup have had an enormous capacity to cause problems for any team in world football, a heavy metal style unable to be tamed by so many, but their weakness has often been a reliance on those familiar names alone and not those that sit behind Klopp on the substitutes bench. Klopp has acknowledged Liverpool's inability to compete with Manchester City, their closest rivals, in the transfer market over the past few years. Yet on Wednesday night, in their 2-0 victory over Inter Milan at the San Siro, we were offered a view at the squad depth Klopp and Liverpool have developed over recent years and its growing effectiveness. As it has been so many times over the past few seasons, this was a night that ended for Liverpool as a story centered on Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah. The pair have been heroes at Anfield for so long, and Salah finished the freezing evening in Milan wearing little more than his pants under a black Liverpool jacket as the Egyptian launched his jersey into the crowd and chucked his shorts at a cameraman. But while the scoresheet may have provided familiar names, it was the accumulation of talent that allowed Liverpool to take a strong advantage back to Anfield for the Champions League last 16-second leg on March 8. For significant periods of this tense and tactical tie, Simone Inzaghi's side offered a strong opposition, a physical battle Liverpool rarely see in English football, and looked set to head to Anfield with a deserved opportunity to advance in the competition. And yet what Klopp was able to do was tip the balance in his team's favor from the sideline. 5 changes were made in total by the visitors and, for many years prior, this would have hardly strengthened their chances. Liverpool had lacked the depth and lent on their thunder and lightning approach throughout to yield victory. Do we have exactly the solution that everybody from outside would be 100% happy? Klopp said in the summer of 2019. I don't think so, because people want to have world class here, and the guy on the bench has to be world class as well. That's not so easy. But we are, of course, working on it. Consider Madrid in 2019, the triumphant Champions League final win over Tottenham Hotspur, and the alterations Klopp made that night. Divock Origi wrote his name into club folklore with his late goal to clinch the crown, but how many truly expected that outcome at the time? Origi had scored only 6 goals that season. Compare that to the game in Milan, where Firmino, the captain, Jordan Henderson, Naby Keïta, and their January signing Luis Díaz were able to be introduced in the second half and swing the game in Liverpool's direction. It was not as if they replaced players who hadn't been expected to feature. Diogo Jota has been a revelation at Anfield, offering the opportunity for change in a deadly but predictable front three of Salah, Firmino and Sadio Mane. Thiago Alcântara and Fabinho were others brought off in a sign of the options Klopp now has had. Trent Alexander-Arnold had set the bar for success on the eve of this game after considering the squad. 1 trophy a season is the minimum we need to be achieving. With the squad we have got, the manager, we should be winning trophies. We expect that, and if we don't it is a massive disappointment, he said. We are not in that phase now where we are happy just to get to finals, and it is a day out. The only surprise starter in Milan was Harvey Elliott, the 18-year-old who broke Alexander-Arnold's record as the youngest player from the club to start in the Champions League. His performance was steady on a difficult evening, in an imposing atmosphere at the 80,000-seater San Siro, with Inter players offering no time to their opposition. Elliott had bright moments, including a delightfully smart reverse pass to Salah that the Egyptian was unable to finish, but was removed just before the hour mark. Harvey can play so much better, Klopp said. He played in the spaces, these half spaces around the middle three, naturally offensive-minded. He did the job, he worked incredibly hard. When you are 18 and you play against one of the most experienced teams, and they are Italian, then it is not easy, but he did very well.